Before I faded into addiction, I had everything. I grew up with mom and dad in the house. Everything was sort of idyllic. In fact, I was talking to my daughter last night about Cabbage Patch Kids, and I was I was around for that whole craze, and I bring it up because it symbolizes to me the abundance that we had, because I had like 30 Cabbage Patch Kids or something. I loved school. I loved being graded. I loved being validated that way. I got a master's degree. I had a great job in publishing when I lived in New York at the time, and my mom got sick and I moved back to Massachusetts to take care of her. And I left my job in publishing and I sort of languished for a year while my mom progressively got sicker and sicker until she passed away. I think that's what started things. I mean, I was always a big drinker. I was always a partier, work hard, party hard. But I think that's where things started to slip away. So the program that I did at Project Place was the Work Ready program. I knew I wanted to do some kind of job training, something that was going to help me segue back into the working world, because my goal was to get my daughter back in my life. And to get my daughter back in my life, I had to have a roof to put over her head. I had to have a car to get her to and from school. I had to have money to put food in the fridge for her. I just needed to get legitimate again as quick as possible, but do it in a way that wasn't going to disregard everything I'd been through, disregard the fact that I am an addict and that I am in recovery. And that was the great thing about Project Place, was that those things kind of intersected. I felt lucky to have gotten Pam as a counselor. She just struck me as like Black beauty, Black excellence. That was important to me, to have role models that look like me. It helps me visualize where I'm going. While I was still really engaged in the programs, I worked at Coops. I made fudge. It was such a great experience because, number one, it taught me that I can get up every day and go to a job and I can put my back into it. It reminded me that I have a really strong work ethic, that no matter what the task is that's put in front of me, I'm going to sort it out and figure it out. And it also reinstilled a little confidence. All of that laid a foundation for me to be more comfortable doing job search and trying to find something that was going to fit for me. We did a whole week during the work readiness about job interviews. They had someone come in and interview us. And that was the most nerve-wracking experience, but it was so great because, I don't know, it's like riding a bike, I guess. You just slip back into what you know and you feel comfortable. But getting to the place to feel comfortable, that was invaluable. I ended up getting a job in recovery. I work at a residential treatment program for women and children, and it is really difficult every day, but it's really rewarding, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Everything that I've done before doesn't look like what I'm doing now, but it all makes sense to me somehow. Project Place was that bridge. It bridged the gap of that 10-year absence from the workforce. It bridged my skills. It helped me get my confidence back. I always had this idea of what my life was supposed to look like. I always had this idea that I could make it be the way it was supposed to be. And I worked in a fudge factory. That wasn't what I thought I was gonna do. That wasn't me shaping my life. That was something else shaping my life. And Chucky, in being my romantic interest, being my fiance, being my man, that wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. It came at the right time because I was in a place where I wasn't trying to shape my world anymore. So I just let it happen. And it turns out that even when something isn't what you want, it might be what you need. It's become everything to me. He's the kindest man that I've ever known. He's so good to my daughter, and I love him. I just want to be resilient, and just be resilient in the face of life, because that's the thing that I was missing before. And I want to teach that to my daughter. I want to teach her that life's going to happen, and it's not always going to be great, but we don't have to break because of it. Whatever you think you're going to get out of your recovery, it can be so much more. So my words of advice to people in Project Place right now is to take every opportunity put in front of you, whether you think it's right for you or not, whether it's something you think you're going to thrive at or you're going to throw it away later. Take every opportunity that you have, because you don't know what piece of it is going to change your life. You don't know what piece of it you're going to take forward into the next chapter of your life. So Take everything that's laid out in front of you. Be open-minded. Be vigilant. Be curious. And have a good time.